I'm your host, Dessie, and you're listening to the Golden Hour Podcast, a space for us women to live fully, authentically, and feel at home in body, mind, and soul. Hi, I'm Dessie, and welcome to this space. Welcome to the Golden Hour Podcast. I am so glad to welcome you here. I'm glad to welcome me here because, to be honest, I've been meaning to relaunch my podcast for a very long time now, for several months, and it feels truly special to be finally doing it. And so I've lit a candle and I'm burning some Palo Santo because, I really wanted to make this a ritual and a special moment that it is. It did get a little bit smoky. If you know the Sustainability Issue podcast from before, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. If not, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. And even if you did know it, I'm still gonna tell you because for sure you forgot it. So I've launched the Sustainability Issue podcast in 2020. And this was a time where I truly wanted to contribute to society in the best way that I could, and the best way that I could find at the time was for me to choose a niche where I could really specialize and I could really give it all I can and do all the research that was before ChatGPT and all that. And so I really put my all into finding out all the best and the worst practices from the fashion industry so that we can drive one step at a time, a change for the better within the fashion industry. I've been a fast fashion victim beforehand, so I really knew the feeling of knowing that you're contributing to something, to an industry that really sucks and to practices that really mistreat people and that contribute to a very, bad treatment of especially women within the fashion industry. And so for me, I made it my mission to drive the change for the better. And this was truly what a journey. Wow, it was truly incredible. I mean, it was probably one of the best decisions I've taken in my life to start the Sustainability Issue podcast back then. It was just at the beginning of the Corona crisis. We had no idea what's going on, but I knew within my heart that if not now, then when? And so the feeling was just so strong, if not now, then when? And I think now I've come to a moment where really I'm back at that feeling. If not now, then when? So why I took a creative break and what happened in between this time? Maybe you're wondering. I'm going to tell you. Okay, I've done the sustainability issue for about 3 years. And it was truly incredible. All the people that I've got to talk to, all the incredible sustainable fashion founders, change makers from the industry, people like Sadhguru, who is not only a spiritual leader, but also activist for sustainability and sustainable fashion as well. And the founder of Fashion Revolution, Ursula de Castro. So these were really moments that I pride myself of. And the podcast could make a real difference in the sustainable fashion space. And 2023 was a time where I, as a person, Dessie, I started diving even more into the healing space and into embodiment practices, into feminine embodiment. And this is something that I started to learn, to teach, to share. I became so passionate about this. And during this time, the podcast and my activism in the sustainable fashion space, it took a backseat. And so naturally, at this time, I took a break from the podcast. And what happened during this time, I started to meet so many incredible women in my one-on-one work, in my in-person events in Vienna, where I would host circles and we would get together and we would practice yin yoga, embodiment, meditation, manifestation, and new moon and full moon rituals. And these are truly practices that are very feminine in nature, and they're very, very much about us women connecting to our feminine energy and connecting to our creatrix, which is the feminine, form of the creator within ourselves, the creatrix within ourselves, and our ability to create. Because, we as women, as we have the ability to truly create new life, so do we hold within ourselves the ability to create anything really in this world. And not just as women, but we as women are really, really very potently connected to this power within ourselves. And so, oh my God, I became so passionate about it. I hosted my first retreat, which was the absolutely most amazing experience. I hosted events in Vienna, in Ibiza, which is a place me and my partner Chris ended up moving to for half a year last year, in 2025. And this was really, really something special. So for these 2.5 years circa, since I started working with women on feminine energy, on embodiment practices, on manifestation practices, I thought this is all I'm gonna do for my life, because I was so obsessed about it. And I have to tell you, in the last few months, I've gone through, once again, an enormous transformation within myself, where I ask myself once again, Dessie, what is it that you can really give to women in this world the most? What is it that you're really here for? What is it? And like looking back, zooming out, looking at the big picture. And this was hard and easy at the same time, because when I became really quiet, the answer emerged. And it was something in the lines of, you are not here to do just one little thing and be closed into one little box of one small niche, and then just be there and share information and teach about that. Because to be honest with you, there is ChatGPT now, everything that we want to learn, that you want to learn and I want to learn, I go online and the access to information is there more than it's ever been before, and it's only going to become more available. And so in that moment, I truly ask myself, what is it that only you can contribute to? And in this moment, I knew that my authenticity and my wholeness and showing up in the spaces that I show up and that I hold online with all that I am is giving permission to women to also be all that they are, and it's giving true permission to maybe to you, or maybe to a friend that you know and you're gonna send this podcast to, or whatever, to be ourselves, and truly to know that everything that we are, every part is important, and every part makes up the whole of who we are, and all of these parts are worth living and experiencing and sharing with the people around you, and being them in your life, and being, all the things and all the roles all at once. And so this is something that I truly want to share here, and truly want to be the person for others. I want to be the person for other women that tells you, hey, it's fine. You can be that and that and that and like all at once. And you are that already, and you can to give you that, to be that permission slip. And so what is new about the Golden Hour podcast? The Golden Hour podcast is a new name. Why? Because the Golden Hour is the name of the closest to my heart project that I started back in 2017. And this is the name of my first sustainable fashion blog. This is the name of my sustainable t-shirt line that I created in 2018. It's the name of my website right now, where you're going to find me and this podcast and everything. And so I thought, why wouldn't I just, keep this simple and keep the name, the Golden Hour, for the podcast as well. It's very meaningful to me, and I'm going to tell you the story of this name. Because it's very special, and maybe you will like it. The Golden Hour is that time of the day when the sun is low, either at sunrise or at sunset, and it is famous among photographers or among every one of us, I'm sure, for this really truly beautiful light, for making pictures, and just like everything truly looks magical. And for me, this time is really a moment, whether it's in the morning or it's in the evening, where I make sure to take a moment and look at nature, look at the sun, and breathe. And just be and appreciate this life, appreciate this moment. I think of my loved ones. I think of the true blessing it is to be alive right now. I hope you can feel it right now, because I feel it right now even thinking about it. So this is what the Golden Hour is for me. What is it for you? I'm really curious to know. So if you're listening to this, or if you're watching this on YouTube, and please share it with me in the comments, or send me a message. I would really love to know if there's a moment for you that you feel in a similar way about. And so, the Golden Hour podcast. The Golden Hour podcast is in a way zooming out and seeing how it is that really we as women can truly thrive in sync with nature. And so let me tell you, sustainable fashion is one of those ways. Because what we put on our bodies and what is constantly in touch with our skin, this is truly, truly important. And so definitely I will love to keep talking about sustainable fashion on here. We'll also be talking about sustainable living, sustainable home. We will be talking about sustainable traveling, but also include somatics and healing from within and regulating our nervous system from within into the conversation. We will include connecting with feminine energy and feminine embodiment and moon manifestation, because to be honest, this is all connected. And I see it now more than I've ever seen it before. I've always seen it, but now it's even more clear how all of this is so interconnected, and there is no feminine embodiment without understanding that every decision that we take, everything that we buy, the way that we move, the way that we speak with people around us, it's all comes together to make us who we are and to truly let us thrive as women. And I want to see so many women thrive, and I want you to let me know, what is it? Is there one thing that you would truly love to invite more into your life right now? And with this year 2026 coming up, it's already come. It's already come up, but coming and starting. Because what I see and what is so important for me and what I truly want to make sure that I live and I embody more than ever before is authenticity, and truly living every day and just speaking, being, showing up more authentic than I've ever done it before, because there's no greater purpose, I think, than truly living life in the best of our ability, in the most authentic way that we can, and letting go of conditionings, letting go of ego, and giving it our all. And so I'm curious, what are you inviting into this new year? Let me know. And one last thing I've been thinking about is contrast between the Sustainability Issue podcast before. If you've ever listened to it or not, it doesn't matter. But what's truly used to be my mantra and what used to be very important for me in the Sustainability Issue podcast, how I would always perfectly prepare with the perfect research for the episodes, and then I would strive for perfection and I would edit. Oh my God, how much I would edit. I truly edited out all the imperfections, all the little words, and especially at the beginning, which is normal, of course, because it was a completely new discipline for me, talking recording my voice and so on, and speaking publicly. But still, I would edit a lot. And something that I really want to invite into this space, into the golden hour, whether it's on YouTube or it's in the podcast, it is more truth and more spontaneity, being more spontaneous and being actually even more myself as I speak, and same goes for whoever would come as a guest on this in this space. I just want this to be real conversations where we don't, cut out the pauses and so on, because there is beauty in the pauses. Actually, the beauty is in the little breaks in between, isn't it? Because I think they say that when people speak, about 20% of what we speak comes from the words, the meaning that we transmit. 20% comes from the words that we use, and 80% comes from everything around it, the body language, and then the way that we transmit what we transmit. It's basically our energy. And, I don't want any of this washed out. I don't want a washed out version of this, because the magic of us as humans comes from everything that we are. And if you see this and speech and sharing with each other as art, would you really cut out the spaces in between in a painting in order to make it better? No, it's just what makes it art. So that is something that I will definitely stick to. And also I definitely want to see interactions here whenever I'm having a guest on the podcast as conversations, much more as conversations than as interviews, because I want you to feel that you are talking to a friend, and you're talking to friends because you are. And this is a space. This is a space that we're cultivating here. So I want you to feel part of this space, and I want this to be a conversation where we really come together and cultivate more of what matters. So I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you think about this new format and about the rebrand. And yeah, I would show up on here every week, sometimes solo and sometimes with a guest. So if you have any ideas about who I should talk to and what do you want to see on here on the Golden Hour, I would love to hear it. And this is gonna be it for today. I'm gonna close this space now with a little bit of Palo Santo one more time. And I'm sending you all my love, and I'll see you soon.